that's for sure. So,
Yeah.
okay, so between last week and this week, what's something, tell me one thing that happened that's you're really proud of.
Well, we looked at our numbers, even with, by the way, even with putting us two two sales on the board all in a week. That two sales on the board and a listing on the board, of which all three dissipated and went away because Robin's real with people and won't let them do something stupid.
Hmm.
And and then but bottom line, gain their utmost respect, so that's fine.
Absolutely.
I'll get referrals. Even with all that happening, I sent you the numbers.
Yep.
And we have, with what we're working, we will, come to fruition. And that would be like if I just concentrated purely on that, which I'm not. And if I concentrated purely on that, we'd have 44 transactions.
Okay. All right, that's good. That's including, 'cause now you have 7 listings and the appointments coming and
Yep.
5 buyers that are going to be buying in the next 60 days. So you've got a nice pipeline.
Right now, to the 5 buyers, there's probably we've got about, realistically, one, two, three, four, about another four. But I'm not counting them. I'm just not counting them. I don't feel, if somebody made me put money on the board up for everything that we're working, those aren't strong enough for me to put money on the board. So
Okay. All right. So if those happen, those are gravy.
those would be gravy.
Good.
Just just like some more listings coming on board would be gravy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you want to jump into the thing with Kennedy, and I will talk to you. I just was curious, how's Blake doing?
Um. He's he, he's there. He's with me every day. Has he implemented himself to create his own business? No. Um, and I think that's gonna be me really pushing him to get his open houses going, because he had success doing an open house. And I think what happens is he gets caught up in being my tag along so much, um, that I've got to push him off the cliff and say, you have the goal of 10 transactions, you have a goal of a condo, you've got to make it
Yeah.
happen. So
Yeah. So I did his life by design with him.
yeah,
Okay. Did he share that with you?
he didn't share. He just said that it was 10 transactions, so he could
Yeah.
do his. So
Yeah.
I've literally had as of today, been back a week, and then I leave tonight and go to the family reunion, for which I see as a total waste of my time. Um, and I'll come back Monday night. And if I had not committed into it and said that I was going to go, I wouldn't go. So when I get back, him and I are going to be, um, I'll be pushing him very, very hard on those open houses, very hard, because that's the only way to get that incremental business. He's got to create it,
Yeah.
because
Yes,
my yeah, my business is creating my goals.
yeah. So he's got to find a way to fish in his own pond, right? He has to learn how to fish for himself. The obligation that you have to the family reunion, what would happen if you changed that and didn't
Well,
go?
I'd probably get divorced a little faster than I think I'm going to.
Okay. Oh, this is family. Okay. Okay. All right, my dear. All right, we're gonna leave that one alone. That's, yeah. Okay, that's a little bit
Yeah,
of a minefield. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone.
that's a minefield. And
Yeah.
funny though, um, nothing's by accident. Jack Smith, who's a friend of mine, dear friend of mine, he thought he was sending it to a friend, and he didn't send it to a friend. He accidentally sent it to me, and it was a uh, who I also like a lot. He shared a video that um, was done by Mel. What is Mel's last name?
No Robbins?
Mel Robbins.
Mm-hmm.
And it said that it was, is this your person? And it was really, what 2 minute video that hit home and like a sledgehammer. And so I got send it back to him. I said, thanks. I needed the slug in the gut, lose my air, stop coming up with bullshit excuses. And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." I said, he goes, "I didn't mean to send that to you."
Well, there are no such thing as accidents, right?
Never are. So anyway, back to Blake. Um, so yes, I have to go to the family reunion because the tickets have already been bought. He's already committed to his family that I'll be there. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
And I'll work on Blake when I get back. I get back late Monday night.
Okay.
But before I go, um, there's a couple places that could use some open houses that I'll put him on.
Good. Perfect. And he's good at open houses. He knows how to convert them into
Oh,
leads.
he's the reason why Point Sur sold and we got that listing.
Great. Fantastic. Okay,
Yeah, I
great.
mean, he got the people and I went in and closed them, but that's the point.
That's fine. As long as he knows how to start the conversation, get it going, that's great. Okay, good. All right. So, Kennedy, that position.
Yeah, I'm meeting with Tiara on Tuesday, and we're putting together. I have the ad that Tiara ran. I have the description of what Kennedy uh, believes that she does from her,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm comparing the two and coming up. And Tiara and I are going to sit down and we're going to create
Good.
a job of what
Okay.
I think it's going to be.
Okay. Tiara's not the VA, is she? Is Tiara the VA? No.
No, Tara is she was a young lady who used to work for Debbie's Voice, who was the young lady who got in the car accident that's quadriplegic now and that still does all of Debbie's hiring and has helped me in the past.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Okay. So, all right. So that's gonna get taken care of. That's great. And then are you gonna look for a full-time person, a part-time person?
I believe honestly that I'm going to look for a part-time person
Okay.
on the basis of that part-time can grow into a full-time
Okay.
after a certain period of time. Because like the neat thing about it is with all the systems we have in place and the fact I've got Brandy as my TC, it is a part-time position until that person proves otherwise.
Okay, good. Either they'll work themselves out of a job or they'll work themselves into full-time. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
Okay, good. Fabulous. Okay.
Because that's where, and by the way, if I freeze, our
Yeah.
internet's been going in and out all day.
Okay. The video froze, but I was able to hear you. It didn't interrupt your speaking, so it was okay. So thank
Okay.
you though. Yeah, you're good. Okay. So on the call prep form, you put though that you wanted to talk a little bit more about what you wanted for Kennedy's place. So what did you mean specifically?
Um, I think that was that. I think that you just answered my question. Because I'm putting this in my head. What am I going to do? What am I? I've already put the two agreements together, and we can look at them and create. That's what I'm going to do. I'm on the plane, by the way.
Okay.
I'm going to create that job, and then when I talk to Tiara, I'll have it ready when I meet with her on Tuesday. But you just said something that was very, very important. I think that's the most important thing because Blake's been pushing me just to get another VA, and I said that's not what I want, Blake. I want somebody that is going to take a lot off my shoulders and put it on their plate and create their income times three without me having to continuously not only put the seeds in their head, I want them thinking
Yeah.
and watering their own darn seeds. And I also want them being creative And I also don't want to have to follow up on everything 10 times. I want them to come to me and say, okay, this is what I got done. This is what I got done. This is what I got done.
Good.
Uh, yeah. So I just need somebody that really is, um, you know, I guess that it, when I was in, no matter what job I did, when I worked for somebody else, I was always trying to, I was to always going above and beyond and excelling to prove to show people that I was worthy of their time and attention and the fact that I was a great employee. Um, I don't know. I think that may be old fashioned thinking, but that's just me.
I don't think it's old fashioned. It's, and it is what it is. Okay, so a long time ago, I worked with another client, different industry, not the real estate industry, but doesn't matter. And we walked through a little profile of the characteristics that you want in an employee for this particular position. So, do you want to, can you spend a few minutes doing that? Because having the job responsibilities and the list of the tasks is one part of it. And the other part of it is, you so what I'm hearing you say, because you led a little bit into that. You want somebody who can think on their feet. Are they self-motivated? Are these like what
So
other adjectives would you use?
self motivated is huge.
Okay.
Uh, Responsible is also important.
Okay.
I want them. I want them to think outside the nine dots. I want them to think, and I want them to think outside of the box. Um, that's nine dots. But anything, think outside the box and be creative.
Okay.
So creativity is huge. And I um, I want them to be proud of their position um, and committed to their position.
Commitment. Okay.
And and I want them to want to grow within the community, within the team. I don't want them to, you know, always think grass is greener on the other side.
Okay.
I want them to want the desire to grow
Okay.
with. And I told Blake when we were talking about it the other day, I said, Jack has the perfect um, operations manager. She's energetic. She is personable, and she has the ability to um, have others. Um, she's able to direct people. And that's what's great about us is, we have the systems in place. We have a great team, and that person needs to be able to handle it. And when I come in, I couldn't even be prouder. Someone said, "You know what, Robin? I knew you were coming in at 9, so I just went through and got rid of 60 junk mails in your email. So this is what you need to pay attention to this morning. This, and this, and then get on your calls."
Okay. So it takes initiative. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that's the person. And when I had and that's what became really alive with me is when I was talking to Kennedy. I told her, I said, Kennedy, um, I said, what you do, I don't have a complaint about. As far as when you when you're giving a task and you commit yourself to that task, I don't have a problem with that at all. I said, when you commit yourself, you do it. And you do it great. I said, you also um, have one toe in the water and the rest of them are swimming elsewhere.
Hmm.
And you don't have any compassion or really true desire for the position itself. So you have to go where your love is and create that.
Good for you.
because you can't be in a job
Yeah.
that doesn't have your heart. So it was a really, really, really good conversation. Yet that also helped me go that I know the person. I
Well,
know the
and you know what you don't want also, which is good.
thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I have a long list of don't wants. I,
It's
I,
funny how that happens, isn't it?
I think it's more advantageous that, this is
Yeah.
going to be great because this is my vision board right there. There we go. There's my vision board. I
Hmm.
just,
Good. So here's one other thing that I would ask you to consider. So within Keller Williams, they have the KPA.
right. And the KPA is what uh, Tara uses.
Okay. There's also a disc profile.
That's what we did too.
Yeah. So anybody before you even interview them, if you go through resumes and she's going to help, I guess she's going to do the screening, Tara.
Right. And she does the disc. And where that was me. I'm at fault because that's the only person that's running this ship is me. Is I had a KPA, and she truly, and I did the KPA that started the process that I'm supposed to do. Got the disc, and they, I listened to the sales job instead of paying attention to the facts.
Yeah.
And the facts told me, her disc told me,
Yeah.
shame on me.
No, well, look, lesson learned. What's that saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? So, all right, so it's a learning experience. And in the meantime, now you know you're gonna do the KPA, you're gonna do the disc,
Yep.
you're gonna send them to me. You have to send me at least three of each. You have to send me three candidates before you hire anybody, okay? You're not allowed to hire anybody until I see three candidates, three sets of the discs and KPAs. And then you and I will go through them because it's not just about their drive, it's also about the personality match with your KPA. Um, who's going to work the best with you, your personality, the way that you want things done.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, good. So, can you commit to that or am I asking way too much?
Well, three's a lot, but
It
we'll go for
is.
it. Three's a lot. If you said two, I would say done. Great. Three's pushing it. That's okay. That
That's right.
means that yeah, that just means that I'll tell Tiara. And the good news is I paid Tiara for her time, so she'll like that.
She should be able to get you three decent candidates. Be, because you can't, well, there's the other extreme where you don't want to hire somebody just because they can breathe and fog a mirror,
Oh
right?
no, no way.
Yeah. So three is a good number to work with, and then we'll narrow it down to the top two. You'll interview your top two, and then you'll make a decision from there.
Yeah,
All right. So you have to follow the process. The 30, 60, 90 for this position, is that something that Tiara does, or is that your,
that's me, and I've got to be better at it.
well, you
I
are going to be better at
yeah, thank you because even though I come off, I'm just I tend to care too much for people.
Well, so and I understand that, and this doesn't change it. Actually, what the 30, 60, 90 does, it makes it easier for you to fire somebody, or basically they'll fire themselves, and it'll happen a lot sooner, so it'll be a lot less painful.
Yep,
So the 30, 60, 90 becomes the bad cop.
exactly. Yep.
They agree to it when you hire
I
them,
just have,
you onboard them, we go through the whole thing. They sign it, you give them a copy of it. And
yeah,
every 30 days, you sit down and you see where you are. And that's the only thing that has to go in the calendar. 30 days from today, we're going to review this. 60 days from today, we're going to review it again. And 90 days, and then we'll make a decision if this is a good fit for you and if we're a good fit for you and if you're a good fit for us. And that's how the conversation will go. So it makes it a lot easier to say, you know what, I think this isn't working, or great, we're so happy. Let's move forward.
yeah. And I also want to make sure that I'm not talking to somebody who has to have a job right then
Yeah.
and there, because it's good that the patience is going to be a necessity.
Yeah. Okay. So for you, is there anything that you want to do differently as far as the way that you communicated or delegated, or is there anything that you want to tighten up or maybe make an SOP for so it's easier for you?
No, I think the SOPs that would be done in the when I come up with the job description,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll make sure that Kennedy has made an SOP on every single one of those items.
Good.
Because I've reviewed all her SOPs up until my vacation. So then I have to go in and review the new SOPs that she's created and make sure there's an SOP for everything. And she said that she was fine training the person. Um, I am on the basis, and then my commitment to that individual is when they're through being trained on the basis of it, then they get to know me and they get to know um, how they can really grow outside of just what's being done.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
is the growth? So you want them to have a growth oriented mindset. So what's the next step after this position?
Well, as long as the first step is going from part-time to full-time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first.
Okay.
Okay. And once they get to that, then when I know, because she won't pick up the phone, she won't call it a client,
Yeah.
no matter what I come up with, whatever, she won't. And I've seen that. And she texts. I said, some people don't want text.
Yeah.
If I was going to be a text, I would do the text. So I've started to do my the weekly my video emails, not
Good.
my not my emails, but my video texts. I do my video. And by the way, last week every single person commented on it. Oh, this is so cool. Thanks for checking in with us this way. This is really neat because we could see you. Blah 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 blah.
That's
And
great.
so it went over extremely well. And I'm so that person, when I know that they're generating more business and growing, then they get to be in a position where they have earned, and I know this sounds funny, yet it means a lot to me. I'll tell you what something's happening in my world. They get a new position, they get a new title. They go from an assistant to to what next, and then the next step is that they get in that position of director of ops in case we decide to expand again. I don't know if I'm going to expand it again or not, but I'll tell you what, it'd be nice if I came in, everybody knew that was my director of ops, right? I
Mm-hmm.
don't care if I stay a solo agent or grow. A director of ops would be a nice position. Just like I was in the car with Brady when I got back last week, and God, it seems like a month ago. And Blake and I were talking to him, and we're showing him Summerlin and blah 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 blah, and he's going on to do a presentation at TriPoint, and he was really impressed the fact that we I've been doing videos on TriPoint forever, and we knew the entire area, and I was telling him about how I'd like him to do the watch party here, because he has this watch party every single month, to do it at the one in November, to do it here because he's got to be here that next day to do 2 day seminar with Debbie, right? And I said, and I got Summerlin's putting out the red carpet for us, and they're going to give us Astra. We'll be the first group of people up to see Astra as a real estate firm. And he thought that was great, and so he agreed to do his watch party here.
Nice.
And they were talking in the car, and Blake's driving, he's up front, and I'm in the back because Blake takes up the whole darn car with those long legs. And and Brady said, yeah, we're talking about we have a regional ambassador for luxury overseeing the Southwest, which is Arizona and Nevada. I said, but we started in Florida and it worked, and we divided Florida up into three regional ambassadors because it's a big state. And we have that situation in Nevada and Arizona because they have a regional ambassador for the two states,
Mm.
which is silly because they concentrate on Arizona, and we're a stepchild, and we
Yeah.
have been. And he says, and I said something. I said, I'm about as a stepchild in that position. He said, well, we're thinking of doing that. And he says, and there's only two liaisons that I could think of to be in that position, and only one that I would want in that position. And he's doing this from the front seat, pointing back to me, and which I couldn't see. Blake's laughing, you know. So the nice thing about that is I'm in they're thinking heavily about promoting me to regional ambassador for luxury for the state of Nevada.
Very nice.
So well, that is a little story that tells people how much pride you can get into a level of
Yeah.
responsibility, a level of working your way up the ladder. And that's what I want that person to feel like.
Okay.
But I also want them to be committed to get to that point.
Okay. Do you have an organizational chart?
I did have one, but I got rid of it. I did it with Joe Boger. Then I got rid of it because that's when I had a big, huge team.
You can
So,
still have one. It doesn't matter how big the team is, because you still have you
yeah,
still have Blake, you still have your virtual assistant. You're going to have somebody who's going to fall into what title are you going to give this person to start?
initially just assistant.
Okay.
And the title that Kennedy has is an administrative assistant.
Okay. So that's the entry level position.
That's correct.
Okay. So, and then the next question would be, what's the compensation?
The compensation is instead of which I've learned too, because that way I control the paycheck instead of having it. A lot of times people throw salary, and mine's always been salary. The only thing is are they really doing the hours to create
Yeah.
to earn that salary? So I'm not going to do salary. I think I'm going to do an hourly.
Good. I think that's good. Have you landed on a number yet?
Not yet. I'm going to check with Tiara and see what's happening because she just got done doing a hire for Debbie, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to find out what that position got.
Good.
Was it, etc.
Okay. All right. So the comp plan you'll talk about. And Kennedy's going to stay on as long as this person is getting trained. So what's that look like the first 2 weeks after you get them onboarded? Okay.
That's the max.
Okay. And
Yep. Yeah, we had a really good conversation about it. And I said, she goes, you're not, she said it. She said, you're not responsible for my livelihood. And I said, I understand that. I said, I am not responsible for your livelihood yet. As I've stated, I understand your position and you're a single parent now and et cetera. And so I would like to feel at the end of the day that it was a win-win for both of us and that you move on to something that you love.
good. Yeah, you handled that with grace. Okay. She's very lucky.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, sweetie. So, okay. So the numbers are good, so we didn't really focus on that. So you're going to start looking and having these conversations to onboard somebody once you finalize your 30, 60, 90. You're going to do that first. What's your next step?
No, my next step is while I'm gone, I'm putting together the list.
Okay.
And then I'm meeting with Tiara on Tuesday.
And then you'll take it from there based on that conversation.
Yeah, Tiara's going to go ahead and start advertising.
Okay. If you're comfortable with this, if you feel comfortable with this, you can have Tiara send me anything that she's working on for you, just so that she's the expert. I'm not going to tell her how to do her job, but I think it would be good for me to see what she's doing so that when you do bring somebody on and we start looking at the KPAs and the disc profiles, we can kind of fine tune it to the job description and then we can create the 30, 60, 90 from that.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So you can share my contact information with her. That would be good. What's Tiara's last name?
Ooh, Tiara starts with an M. I
Oh,
only
okay.
known her
If you
or
don't know it off the, it's okay. I just thought if you
I'll
noticed.
be able to tell you because it's in my book, my phone. I always tease people. I said the only reason why I don't know people's last names is because um, um, with a last name like Smith, why would I bother? It's MC capital QUATER.
A quarter. Okay. All right. Okay. Have you ever done a 30-60-90? Do you have something that we can just edit and tweak, or are we creating something?
I think I have a 30, 60, 90 somewhere. I'll check
Okay.
with Tara because I'm sure.
She probably has one.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, hell, pardon my expression. I mean, she's done all the hiring for Debbie in the last, since her accident. So it's been about 5 years.
Okay. So she probably has all of this at her
Yes.
fingertips. Okay, good. Well, that'll make everything so much easier for you. Okay,
Yeah. Because I
good.
think Debbie's gone through, in that time period, I think she's gone through 6 or 7 assistants.
Yeah, so they've got it pretty well down pat then what she's looking for. Okay. All right, good. Okay, so your next step is to have that meeting with Tiara on Tuesday, and then you and I'll start looking at things. And yeah, and if Tiara thinks that I'm crazy for asking for 3 candidates, tell her she can call me and we can talk about it. There is a reason for it. Okay. So, and it's good to compare. It's good to have comparables, like what you like about one, you might not see in another, and it just gives you a little bit more to look at. So it's a good practice. Okay. Blake is going to start doing open houses when?
I'm, I'm going to throw it. He told me he was off on Tuesdays. I mean, Sundays. So I'm going to make him do an open house on Sunday because
Okay.
he's not going to be working on Saturday. He's going to go to Pahrump. So I'm going to have him. He can take Saturday off, and then Sunday he's got to do an open house.
Okay, good. Okay.
And what I'll do is because Monday I'm not here, and I'll keep Kennedy busy. On Monday, I'll have him do an open house on Monday too. You know.
Good. It's good for you, it's good for the client, it's good for him, it's good for everybody. It's a win-win all around. All right, good. Okay, and then I was going to ask you one more thing. Oh, as far as those phone calls, did you talk to him and realign those numbers with him so he knows he's making the calls for your event for October?
No, I'll have to talk to him about that. That's a good
Yeah.
point. So calls.
Yeah, because he really thought he was only looking at a couple hundred, but you said it's more like 1900?
No, 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 more like
Yeah,
9.
900. Okay. All right. Yeah, so have that
Get
conversation
those
with him. So,
numbers
because
from
he's, yeah, he's gonna have to start making those calls. And Kennedy should be able to pick up the phone and do that. That should not be a hard thing for her. She's not selling. She's inviting. I know.
We're gonna do, which was cool. But I didn't mention, came up with. Um, we're gonna do a ice cream social in the park for my community. There's about I don't know, let's just say there's 120 homeowners. They've been in there. They're starting to have turnover. I live in that neighborhood. So we're going to have an ice cream social in the little park there, October. It's the weekend before symposium, luxury symposium. So we'll do that. And then while we're there, we're going to hand out invitations to our spooktacular, which is the 29th of October
Nice.
here in the office, inviting the kids to come trick or treating where it's safe,
Yeah.
et cetera, just getting known.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. And I already told you about the 4 communities. So that's all. That's
Yep.
nothing there. So
Okay, good. All right. All right, so you've got a lot on your plate, and so I hope that you have. I hope the trip, the family reunion, turns out to be better than you think it will. So-
well, it needs to be better than the 17 days I spent, which was supposed to be a honeymoon, and the best thing I could call that was um, a, uh, a disappointment.
Oh, Robin, I'm sorry.
So
I'm sorry. Well, you've got a lot of grace, and what's gonna be is gonna be, and at least you can put your head on the pillow at night and with peace, right? So.
Yeah, I've learned something, and Mel Robbins said it perfect. The first person that you have to take care of is the person you take care of that you look at the mirror. And I do a very good job about taking care of everybody else first.
Yeah. Yeah. You used to. You got it, right? You've started. You're doing yoga, right? Are you doing your yoga?
I didn't get back in this week,
Okay.
okay, because my first Saturday I worked from morning to night, and so when I get back, I have nothing on the plan for that Saturday, and I will make a week from this Saturday, and then I can go back to yoga. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's well needed. My body needs it. So
Yeah. And your mind?
yes, that's true.
Yeah. You got to take care of yourself. Okay. So back to yoga too by, well, maybe not by next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after for sure, right?
Right, because next Wednesday I will have just gotten back on Monday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I can't push you on that for next Wednesday. Okay. All
no,
right. All right. You're good. Is there anything else you want me to hold you accountable to, or you're good?
no, I'm good.
Okay. All right.
I
Um,
got Blake. I got Blake needling me on a regular basis.
oh, okay, good. Oh, so it's like I'm there. That's good. He's like, it's good. That's good. Well, a lot of people have your back, which is good, right? So, all right.
Well, the good news is that he's perfect because he's working really, really, really hard. And he said it. He said, "I'll continue to help you and help you grow." He said, "For a business that I'll eventually take over." And he says, "You need it." He said, "You don't have it elsewhere." So,
Yeah. He does still need to take care of his own goals, though.
oh, he's got to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I suggested he go to the young professionals group. Do you know if he's been active in that at all? Has anything happened since he?
He talks about it. He's had
Okay.
said was in some kind of meeting. So,
Okay. All right, good. I'm glad that he's doing that. That's important for him to do too. So,
yeah.
okay. All right, my dear. I will see you next week. Breathe and just relax and whatever is for the next few days, just it is, right?
Hey, I get to go to the African American Museum in Washington D.C.
Okay, well, that'll be interesting.
I've never been there.
Okay, the one in DC is probably a lot better than the one here in Charleston, so I'm sure it's I'm sure it'll be I'm sure it's well
I'm
done.
really looking forward to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. If you want, is it okay for me to reach out to Tiara? You want to let her know that I'm going to contact her first?
Let me have my meeting with her Tuesday so I
Okay.
can fill her in with everything.
All right. Just let me know when it's okay to give her a buzz, okay?
Yep, you got it.
All right. All right, Robin. All right. Safe travels. Have fun.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.